Hello again. Still trying to do Parched Tempered, but of course the stream conked out like it tends to do, which it's been a while since it's done actually. And I have yet to have success beating it because I keep getting teammates that die on me. Granted, I've died too, but still. I'm gonna try it by myself this time, see if that works better, because clearly teammates is not doing much to be of help. And I fear that this may be too long of a fight, that it'll go through the 30 minutes and I'm left with nothing again. I also have to get used to his new moves, as well as relearn some of his patterns, because I haven't fought Xeno'jiiva in a long time. I remember most of his moves, like the ones he does where and he makes all the flames go up, but he's now doing now he's doing new variants of those moves, so it's kind of hard. So I have to like try to keep track of them. Okay, so where is he coming? Comes from the right, right? Yep, there he is. Like the Rathian. Hard to get out of the way. Oh, come on. I didn't even see it coming. I tried to keep count of how many he does, and I just did not count or see correctly where it was coming from, and I walked headlong into it. It's either 3 or 4. I lost count. I think it's 4. Ugh. Hopefully get some good players this time. found a flaw in his attack. When the first wave, with the first couple or so waves come, get within the zone, so that way the next wave doesn't hit you. And like look on the ground, see if there's a gap in the wave. That's what I'm noticing. Oh, come on. Try to see where the wave is gonna come, and then once it happens, go where it was, so that way the other waves don't get you. Come on, really? Again, it's everyone's dying on me, and I'm the only one and I've actually wised up to the creature. I don't mean to sound arrogant, but like, I'm looking at the ground, I see where the wave's coming, it happens, and I give, it's like, there's always that one move that everyone is oblivious to, and very few players will actually pick up on it and be like, oh, wait a minute, I see how to get through that, and, well, there it is. It's not a terribly long fight at 30 minutes, but it is a slog to get through. Especially if you're not prepared for what you're doing. And it doesn't help when players that maybe have helped just duck out like pussies. I mean, I'm guilty of that too, but at least I try to... It's usually if it's like just me. With only very, very few exceptions of that ever happening. I mean, I try to stay out for as long as possible. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. From my experience, some monsters are weaker when they're fought with just me because it's scaled to that, where other times they end up being harder because there's more people. So I'm gonna try again with just myself. It's Xeno'jiiva. He's not exactly behemoth level tough, so he's a bit more manageable. And the new moves he has, and considering how fast he moves, even at his size, makes keeping up with him a bit tough. I want to chop off his tail, since that gives me both, not more resources, but considering how he goes all over the place, I might as well just stick to his head and paws. Also his wings. Those are weaknesses too, if I recall. head, paws, tail, and chest and wings. And of course the tail. The tail takes too much time to catch up with, so it's not even worth it sometimes. I wish I could mount him, but he's not mountable. Are you kidding me? I flew right into it. I hate it when I do that. Like, I'd be going right where I want to go, but all of a sudden, boop, laser beam. Like, it's not even fair. It's like the game is psychic sometimes. Not the first, and likely won't even be the last time this kind of thing ever happens. I might not even be able to beat him tonight. Yeah, 1040. It's not looking like I'm going to be able to beat it tonight. I might just have to save the victory footage for a regular YouTube clip, just like I did Behemoth. Because Behemoth I went after for so long that I just stopped streaming it altogether until I eventually got a win. And it looks like Arch-Tempered Xeno'jiiva may end up being the same case. Not helped by the fact that most of the teammates have fallen to its wave. Among other things. I wonder if Arch-Tempered and Xeno'jiiva is supposed to be adult. That's what I've heard people theorize. Well, with his new moves and all that. I personally don't think so, but it would be cool if that was the case. I wonder what a fully grown version would be. I mean, heck, Gormagala is pretty much the larval form of Shigaro Megala, so who knows if we'll ever see what a fully grown version of this thing will look like. Not falling into his own flame like he did before. Like before, he would do that 360, no, that 180 degree blowing of his fire, and he would fall because into a pit from the ground being hollowed in. He's not doing it in this anymore as Arch-Tempered. Like he's learned from it. Well, then again, that is the point. It's supposed to be harder and more experienced. Another. I missed it this time. Missed me by a hair. 5 waves. Oh, no wave. Oh, except for the body slam. Ah, damn it. Okay, we got two more rounds left. We're almost there. I hope so. Ugh. Whoa, I put a stop to him. waves. Yep, 4 waves. got something. We got something. He's on the... got sunk. We weakened him enough, I think. We got him. Nice. Whoever it was. King, no, Miller. Okay, you guys are awesome. Would appreciate if y'all could send me a gift, a guild card. I'll send mine yours. Good job, everyone. One ticket. Come on, game. At least give me 2. Whew. That was actually good. That I think along with Zora Magdaros and Valhazak, that's been the best. That was a good Archtemper. I like it. Xeno'jiiva is for all intents and purposes a bit of a cakewalk normally, but they really pressured you in this one. They expanded his moves. Maybe I think added at least a couple new ones. And so on and so forth. And I can't believe it. I was actually able to beat him. Well, I didn't technically make the final shot. It was whoever it was who did it. It was either the guy with the bow and arrow, or it was either me or one of the other guys as insects.
Stay tough.
Okay. Xeno'jiiva ticket, research commission ticket. Research commission. I hate those. I think. Oh yeah, it's the skin. It's the skin for the commander's outfit. But what I care about is the armor. Yup. Xeno'jiiva horn. I need horns. Oh, they swapped the color palette a bit, giving it a bit more of a pinkish orange glow. Don't think I like it. I like the much more violet coloration a bit more. Tell you the truth, I actually like the male character version of this a bit more. That reminds me, I need to make a male character. I really got to, especially for a lot of the male-oriented armor, which look cool, like Xeno'jiiva, Xeno'jiiva, and I'm missing out on all the Gammas. And Lord knows when they'll ever come back, other than the seasons and events that they do. One bloody ticket. And I gotta get horns. Xeno horns. Personally, I like the beta a little more. Much more of a glow to it. I really wish there was, like, you know, like you had alpha, beta, and then arch-tempered, you could have gotten, like, gamma, theta, or zeta, something, sigma. So that way there's two of each. But no, they just went for one, which kind of upsets me. Well, for the sake of the reward of having gone through all this shit, I'm gonna spend 1 point in the chest and then get the legs later, as well as the arms and waist. Ugh, really do not like the waist for the Draken armor. So yeah, going for Xeno chest. Not gonna equip it, I'm gonna stick with what I got. Critical boost. Light resistance. Those seem to be the best powers. I don't flinch free. I don't know what that is. I think it's like something. Can't remember what it's for, honestly. Okay, so that's gotten, and, well, y'all know the gist of it. Xeno'jiiva Arch-Tempered. Harder, more challenging than the default one. And honestly, I think if you were to do this solo, it would probably take you 1,000,000 years, if not at least past the 30-minute mark. Because regular Xeno'jiiva is a ball in the park. Arch-Tempered is a bit faster and has more moves, so you're really trying not to get hit from his wave attacks, which he spams constantly. Everyone is saying he spams his atomic breath attack. No, for me, it's the waves. That's what he really spams. I'm gonna have to grind his horn, too, because I need that. I need horns, and I need Zora Magdaros's ridge plates, or whatever it is. So yeah, overall verdict on Arch-Tempered Xeno. I like him. He's tougher. I don't like that it's 30 minutes instead of the instead of the usual 50, especially if you try to go it from yourself. But at the same time, I'm hesitant to say do it yourself because it's kind of going all over the place. I think it's better to do it with the party, but at the same time, not if it's with a bunch of fools who don't know what they're doing. You really have to get lucky and either score pay dirt on the SOS with legitimately good players who have been paying attention and know what they're doing, or get a bunch of friends together and figure it out yourselves. It was only when I looked at the ground and noticed the glows that I remembered that I saw, and I noticed, wait a minute, there's a telltale glow before the waves show up, and so that's how I was able to ultimately figure it out, besides just running away the whole time as well. I also don't recommend going after the tail, because it takes too long. My personal opinion, stick to his head, chest, and paws. Ignore the tail unless you happen to have an extra player who's dedicated enough and good enough to catch up with it. Otherwise, don't even bother with it, because he's just gonna move it all over the place anyway and take precious time away. Yeah, taking it off does chopping it off does yield rewards, but extra rewards. But at the same time, at the rate Xeno'jiiva moves, and at Arch Tempered and with 30 minutes, it's not worth it, honestly. Especially at how much more resilient he is. So, new moves, nice shiny color scheme, which I wish translated to the armor more. Some new attacks, expansions on old attacks, and just much more challenging of a go-round this time. I do like it. They also added in the challenge by starting in at the second round instead of starting at the first round like usual, where normally I would have done, if the game had done that, I would have taken the pressure off by shooting the stalactites down. But they don't do that because they know you're gonna do that to give an extra damage boost onto him. So it makes sense that they would have him, that they would start at least for the harder challenge, they would start you off in the second map. Not a personal fan of that, but I get what they were doing with that. Overall satisfying fight. I enjoyed it, despite a few personal gripes here and there. Best taken on with, in my opinion, a squad of pros instead of noobs. And hell, I fell for it a couple times, but eventually I wised up to what he was doing, so definitely not one who's for people who are just going to charge in and not pay attention, because this is Monster Hunter. You're supposed to pay attention, and even if you miss the cues the first time, eventually you pick up on them, and I certainly did. Not to brag, I'm just pointing out what I've observed. And, yeah, I'm definitely going to go after him a couple more times in my off-screen, because I think you all know what to expect from this. So there's really no point in showing it off anymore, unless I happen to be in co-op or something else special happens. Either way, it is what it is. So that'll do it. At least for now, with this bit of Monster Hunter World, I'm steadily, at this point, Xeno'jiiva is the only other Elder Dragon left for an Arch Tempered round, unless somewhere down the line they give it to all the other monsters. And then there's whatever the other DLC creatures will be, and I'm waiting ever so patiently for those. Especially since we haven't gotten one in a while. The last one was Lunastra back in the summer. It's already been past fall, and we got Behemoth. And I don't really count Behemoth a new creature as much as it's just a crossover. And a very, in my opinion, problematic one. And I've railed against him for a million times, so I'm not going to bring him up ever again. So yeah. So far, best Arch Tempers have been this. I want to say Zora Magdaros due to the added pressure and requirements of having to do certain things, and Valhazak because he is legitimately more challenging, and he stops and he like arrives and stops in different areas altogether than he did normally. Teostra and Lunastra are no different. If anything, they're both even more of a pain in the ass than they ever were. Lunastra especially. Ugh. I only ever beat her once in Arch-Tempered mode. Kolve Teroth. No different from how he was previously, honestly. Just a rusty red color and different armor. He doesn't really do anything special Arch-Tempered, so other than more wind. So he's definitely a low rank as far as that's concerned. And I think that was it. Yeah, I think that's all of them. I think they did Devil Joe once, but I can't remember. I think they did. I can't remember, honestly. Oh, and Kirin. Kirin, yeah, y'all know my feelings on the Kirin. I hate that electric horse, but once I eventually got the flame bow for the Anjanath flame bow and maxed it out completely, that's when it became actually doable. And yeah, I don't like him either. Again, pretty much the same. Like Kolve Teroth, barely any changes. No, not Kolve Teroth. What am I saying? Kushala Diora. I don't know why I was thinking Kolve Teroth. Yeah, there's no Arch-Tempered Kolve Teroth. Yeah, Kushala Diora. Kushala Diora, no different from how he is in the base game, other than more wind. He's honestly, in my opinion, the easiest of the bunch. So him, a bummer. Lunastra and Teostra, meh. Xeno, Zora, and Valhazak, so far, in my opinion, have been the best. Kirin is like the other ones are no different. So that leaves only Nergigante, and I imagine he's gonna be a nightmare Arch-Tempered, since he was a nightmare for me the first time fighting him. But you know, I've gotten better with him, and I'm just now learning some new tricks how to potentially deal with him. So that's the in progress list, I suppose. So yeah, I'm gonna farm him off screen. Y'all know the gist. Pretty good. Liked it a lot, even if it is a bit troublesome at times. But hey, it's Monster Hunter. It's kind of the thing. You know, you have to be careful and correct your mistakes whenever they happen, and try to avoid the bad news. So, getting tired. So yeah, that'll do it for this part. I'll be back on schedule with some more Neo tomorrow, and we'll see where the game goes from there. So yeah, Monster Hunter World until I come back to it again eventually, and tomorrow back to the other game. So we'll see where that all goes from there. So thank y'all for watching who did, and for those who will, appreciate it, and I'll see y'all later. Good night.